So again, I will now do it with the microphone on. So we will start with a short presentation, and then you will have the option to ask questions. This event is in English because we will have some partners from abroad too. But during questions, if you feel more comfortable asking in Latvian, that also is an option which you can use. And so for the registrations, most of you already have registered. For invited partners, either we have registered you or Andra and Anna will notify that you need to fill in registration. A lot of you have, that's great. The schedule-wise, it mostly have stayed the same. We have added very special event, which is photos workshop, nature photography. And we will give you some information on optional camping and staying at Abragciems for those who want to experience how good or bad is the existing buildings. A very important part is the 6 expert groups. Most of experts we have in this call right now. We will have this nature tourism sector group, which basically will look at activities that extend the active season. So currently the Abragciems closes quite early, if I'm correct, somewhere at the end of September. So actually currently the camping is already closed. We will have landscaping and architecture team headed by We Build Parks, which is suggestions for overall territory development plan and how to merge different activities with possibility of staying at camping houses, maybe some active zone for resting, running, etc. We will have the Modular House group headed by Pavasars, which is basically development and manufacturing, looking at how expensive will be your proposed accommodation. The most important group for everyone is finance and sales. That will be headed by Germano from Economics Olympiad. And that's looking at your proposals and adding a price tag to them. Also, how much they cost and what is the return time. So after 1, 2, 5, 10 years, what is the expected income, good and bad scenarios. So basically budget modeling and risk analysis. And the last but not least is innovation group, which is a group that will offer new interesting products merging. There we have Betritons, we have brain games who are looking at interesting activities that can be done either outdoors or indoors, because currently in camping there is not that many activities to do for various clients. We want to make it more interesting. And last but not least, we have Latvijas Finieris, who will be judging you and giving some suggestions how to make the offers more interesting for them. So the idea for this event basically is that you come with some idea, you pitch it there, and then Latvijas Finieris can say, maybe we actually want something a bit different, or maybe this is already okay, or maybe you can give us more detail on that. And that more detailed thing will be what we put in the brochure the Finieris board will receive after the event. So you will have some option also to update your proposal after the event. How Abragciems looks, so we have some pictures here on the website, but I will also show now in presentation with more comments. The map, you will arrive here. There is a car parking. There is also a smaller one when you drive in. And then there are these existing houses that currently are planned to change for those who will be staying over. This is the place where we'll be staying. And on Sunday, as you saw, the presentations will be in Sayet and Ams, as there we have a little bit better space to present. And this is the Angora Lake, where probably you will be able to go with Betritons, but that you will have to talk with Igers, who will be the lucky few. And that's the program for Sunday, to be more outdoors and more active. Here are most of our partners. We are still adding some. Some you know, some you will meet there. The most important part in the schedule is that a lot of people ask us 2 or 3 questions. One is, do they need to come to both days? So if you have to choose one day, then it's definitely Monday, which is the most crucial. But what we have seen that usually best ideas happen in these kind of merging networking activities. And Monday is more like a working day. There will be not much time for networking and meeting people. It's more updating your presentations, doing a quick consultation with Latvijas Finieris. Sunday, however, we have almost whole day on site. You can go around, also talk with us, and Gunit also will at least plan to be there. And we will also have some other product demonstrations, as I understand Igers plan to be. We will have some inflatable houses there. There will be some modular construction that we will be trying to assemble if weather permits. And this photography workshop where you can take some photos with Andra with your products, also for events, maybe, as I understand, some soup boards also might be arriving, although it will be quite cold, but we also have reserved the sauna, so you'll be able to warm up later. We plan to do some pizzas there. Also try to use the camping site and see what we can do, what we can't do there. And that should inform the Monday's workshop where we actually look how to make it better. For example, are the kitchens okay for people who come there and want to make some meals? Maybe there doesn't need to be kitchens, etc. So these are the questions we will be looking at. So now to go to the questions session quite quickly, I will run through the most important points. The bus arrival time is 2 o'clock, so it will be collecting you at 12. For those who in registration form mark that they will be coming with the bus, we will contact with you directly where the bus will pick you up. And the bus goes to the event, so Sunday, and it comes back Monday evening after the presentations. The bus will also be able to take you to the Abragciems, and then maybe someone can ask Tigers to jump on the bike and go with that one there. So who knows? Now I will go to the presentation. It's quite short, but some of you are first time on this call, so I will go through so we don't have repeating questions from the previous call. Also, something has been updated. So the previous call is recorded. You can see it in Modular House Challenge event. And the event itself will be on 15th, 16th. I hope those dates are ready in your calendar. So why we are doing that, the biggest issue is that Abragciems is not at least at all profitable right now. And it's not probably a problem unique only to Abragciems in general. Making profit with nature tourism, traditional products like accommodation that is seasonal is quite hard. But specifically here, the idea is to look for calculated investment for new and improved housing, also some amenities and services for event providers to make this a more lucrative proposal, and also look at these returns. So this will be a part for Gunit to answer more in detail. And modular house requirements is that it needs to sleep 4 people, and there are these existing criteria. So this is for teams that want to propose their modular houses, which is innovation, sustainability, which is a very important value for Latvijas Finieris, usability, creativity, and feasibility, of course. So we have Gunita here. We can say hi to Gunita. She will be answering questions afterwards, but we have summed up some of the information from her. One is warning information. The other one will be data points information. So the warning is that it's cold outside, it's autumn, and it's near the seaside. So dress warm. For those who are staying over, definitely bring autumn sleeping bags, because there is a reason why Latvijas Finieris wants to change these accommodations to newer ones. And one of the reasons is thermal insulation. It's not nothing very good right now, so it will be like outdoors experience. So Wi-Fi is limited, so better download the info pack before you arrive there. We cannot really guarantee that you will have good internet access while on site. On Abragciems, which is a bit further, where the presentations will be happening, and you will have some 2-3 hours there to finalize your pitches. There we will have a little bit better Wi-Fi, but it is rural area and it is not the highest speed internet location. In the Abragciems itself, Latvia's mobilized telephones, I think, was working a bit better. With Teledivia, I had some very limited network capabilities. And last but not least, we recommend coming prepared. So ideally, you already have some initial quick suggestions, sketches, drafts, and then you get feedback on that from Latvijas Finieris. For modular house teams, you already had your initial sketches, so hopefully you can move it already a bit further and start thinking about expenses, sizes, and then etc. And you will see the existing cabins too. We will have a quick excursions on site where you can see them. The weather seems right now that it will not be raining, but who knows? Currently, Sunday seems to be a good day, which is the day outdoors, and Monday is the day where we more stay indoors and work on presentations. So that seems a bit rainier. Let's hope it stays like that, but nothing can be promised. It will be quite windy, so unfortunately, hot air balloon is that option has flown away for now. But at least we will have the bus from the balloon people. It's a really nice bus with a round table where you can sit around and chat while you are being transported to Abragciems. So those who chose that option will be very hopefully excited. In numbers, the current capacity for the territory is 1,000 people per day that has been reached, and the rental price to rent full territory without much extras right now, because there are not ones included in the kit, is 2,000 to 5,000 euro per day. And for camping houses, the rental fee is 25 to 68 euros per day, which divides in either you are sleeping 2 or 4 people. It also divides in whether it's a new or old building. So the new buildings, there are only a few of them currently, and the idea is to switch to more new camping houses. They are usually almost fully booked, so it's good news for pricing structure. Where Germano will recommend you best pricing points and how to price your accommodation. Could be that there is some leeway to play with it. Yes.
Will you be able to get this data? I mean, as slides? I mean, I don't have to make a note of this, right? So you'll share.
Yeah. This also is recorded, and we will share the PDF. Yes. Cool. Yeah, the slides will be available. Also, for those who want it, you can request from Gunit directly or through me more detailed financial information. So if you want to really offer, and I guess for you with the fleet of vehicles behind you, it probably might be interesting. So that is a possibility. So we will have this, we got an option to organize a special workshop for you with Latvian Nature Tourism Association. This is how our cameras look like, and this is Andra, who will be hosting the workshop. So we are looking at 1 hour workshop where you will be able to take photos of your products, etc. It's somewhere around middle of the day. So here you see some of the subjects. We will also have these inflatable balls and some modular assembly structures in trees, like a treehouse team has said that they plan to attend. And the place itself, so this is the entry to the sea, and the sea is quite shallow there. That is one important point. Vents will try probably souping in there if after making all the pizzas. The existing toilets. So when we talked in the last time, we already identified that some of these places, like for example, here the toys don't really add to the beach vibe, although they are very functional. But it is blue flag beach, and the toilets also are blue. So it's interesting. These are the old buildings that are currently there and that need to be changed. So as I understand, in some of you, will have the capability of staying. So prepare accordingly. So here you can see the territory itself and the basketball courts. You can play basketball, you can grill something there. So this is very important challenge where you can see that currently, in order to camp more people, they just build tents next to the houses. So it doesn't look pretty great for others. And this is something to think about when for architecture and this landscaping team. To maybe think of a better solution, how to add this extended capability. Also for the modular houses, what we were talking a lot is that there needs to be some outdoor space for each modular house where people can either sit or enjoy, as currently they are just using temporary chairs and there is no real, so you are coming to this beautiful place to enjoy nature, but you are sitting just in a house with a very small window and sleeping there. So it doesn't really add to the whole experience. So you can see some of the old buildings. This is quite, I think, more than 10 years how the plywood survives outdoors. So you can use plywood there. This is the camping area where actually the tents are being built. So we're thinking maybe some other additions can also improve this place. This is very important news in your modular houses. You don't really need to implement these toilet parts. This is the washing and central sanitary knot. Where everyone can come. So this centralized toilets already. So in these 20K, toilet is not included. And this is the further area which hasn't been developed yet. So there's some ideas how to work with that one. This is the main entry road, if I remember correctly. Yes, here. So for landscaping also, it kind of goes along the toilet, not the toilets, but so maybe playing somewhere about this, recycling, etc. So there are some materials. We will do a tour when you are there, but that's just something to see. We talked more in detail about these locations on previous call, which is recorded, so I won't go too much in detail. But this is how they store equipment currently. These are the places for where administration is being using. This is the coffee area with a restaurant that is an external service currently, so also something to consider. Maybe it has to be internal, as usually when events happen. Also this time we work with the restaurant owners there, cafe owners, and there is some little place for children to play that also has been developed recently. Which probably can be improved or added to more cater to families. So this is the most popular area around circle around the fire pit for pensioners that day. And this is currently where there are more these camping vans have been located. So we were thinking maybe there is this central point, something to offer with the bikes too. So a place to look at. This is from top. So we will be arriving here. This is the main entrance road. Here are the buildings. This is large tent for events. And here is also the cafe area. And this is the sanitary knot where all the washing, if I remember correctly, and the water access is positioned. And here is the beach. It will not be very populated in autumn, but we can go swimming if someone is braver. And here is the camping van location. I think I will quickly go through the slides. A lot of you are here already for the second time. So this is the full plan. It's all in the info pack. You can get the PDFs. There's also a 3D model that is low resolution 3D scan and from photogrammetry. And here is the original site plan with the current developments and topography and some more border lines, so you know how far you can go with your ambitions and plans, and also the plans for the original buildings that have been put there. If you don't have access to that, definitely write us. There is a folder where you can get all these data, and we will add this presentation, which you saw today, also to that folder. And now it's time to grill and ask a lot of questions to Gunita. She is better equipped. Maybe I already made some mistakes, so definitely correct that one. Otherwise, yes, a large applause and give microphone to Gunita from Latvijas Finieris, head of HR and administration.
Today it sounds that it's very poor and no chance place. So Mate, it sounded really bad. So, but it's not so bad because actually it's booked all the season, you know, and people still coming and enjoying. But of course, some improvements that are really needed. And if we talk about bigger investments that we need to do there, then also idea and probably new setup of the Abragciems, so that how it really to develop, because just to build the houses for several thousand euros, it's a simple thing to do, but when how to develop it and how to use it really and how to reach out to more interesting population and more interested people. So I think that's our challenge today. And as it, of course, not our base and main business, so we haven't paid so much attention to this, but still we do it at least on zero level income to investments, or we sell it. So that's most of joke, but still we want to be a little bit at least profitable and bring some because it gives also some joy to do the things as well. So it's very hard to work in the place which is not bringing money as well. So, but yeah. Let's meet there, and then you will see how it looks like, and probably you have many ideas to develop, and it will be very new beginning for Abragciems. So for us, it's very hard to look from outside because we know how it used to be, how it usually is. So and to step out, that is our aim for the next week's. Creation sessions.
So one thing I forgot to mention, but we can validate now. Currently, the income is roughly half and half. Half of the budget comes from these company reservations and their larger events.
Yeah.
And comes from the reservations for houses. And very important thing, as I understand, you really also easily can't increase the number of the houses that currently are there, as it is a beach and the existing foundations are limited. So these offers, of course, can be made, but you have to realize that building something new in the coastal area is quite challenging. That being said, there are these two old white brick buildings, and we will entering, and those, as I understand, currently haven't been that actively used, and some function could be allocated to them. So currently they are these kind of live-on type houses, yes?
The seasonal employees, if they are staying there, then they stay, and then if there are backstage needed or for the events organizers, they usually use these buildings for the staff who is coming and making events for the companies. So
for We Build Parks, that's also why we first called it landscaping and architecture group. Mostly
we already have had some years ago already project for the renewal, but of course it's very costly, and then you have to have very good reason to do it. So, and one more thing which is happening, so there is a big event which usually happens on the weekends, and then there are individual families or guests who are coming and staying, but then there is also some campuses for sportsmen, the school children, and different, so they stay over the week, and that's why, for example, there was out on the terrace there was a big table, because there are, then it's full with the children, for example, for the whole week, and then they use it. It's quite crowded, and so it's also the third way how it's the Abragciems is used also some social partners and groups which do it each year mostly.
Yeah, that's actually one very important point. When we rent events, places and territories for our events, we a lot of time, like having 10,000 euros per day is not unheard of for paying for a territory, but usually it comes with some amenities, like there is a stage or there is a screen or etc. So currently in Abragciems, when the event providers come, usually they only have access to the territory. Maybe there is some sound equipment that is available to get and electrical outlets, but as I understand, there is no specific package that comes with additional assets, right?
Yeah, they build it from the scratch all the time, each time.
Okay, yeah, so we will be having this Spalva company who has organized a lot of large scale and VIP events in Latvia. So they will look at this capability of offering some kind of maybe event kit and how much it would cost and how much is the expected income, etc. So that's also something. We have first question from a brave person, Vance. Vance is asking, is there an air compressor, I guess, for the inflating of the subboards? To demonstrate in the territory. If not, we have our own battery operated one we can take with us. You probably have to ask Peters, right, Goneta, about that.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Although probably for the camper ones, it might be that they already have one there.
Can you repeat the question?
Air compressor, is it available there?
Like no, I will not be able to do them probably, because there is some campers as well, during the summer. Probably, but we have to understand it,
Okay, for the participants, yes, feel free to use this opportunity to ask a question if you have. Yes, Igers looks like have a question, yes?
Yeah, well, I'm too brave usually with questions, so I have 5 of them. So I wanted to hold off, with 4.
Good, start. Others have time to think and put them in
maybe
chat.
I have to break down in 2 groups, but anyways, so my the first question is the end of the season was mentioned, end of September. So when is the start of the season? So how do you when do you start usually?
We usually start at the beginning of May and end at the beginning of September, but the actual season is midsummer to end of August, if you want. So when it's it's booked.
High season. So that's usually what it would call. Yeah, it would be called high season is between midsummer and the mid. So it's only 2 months.
No, 2.5 would say, but that's it. Yeah.
Okay. How do people find you? Because I couldn't find a website. So it means is there how is the booking? I mean, how does it all happen in terms?
This is one more question which we have to develop, I think, because it's mostly there is a web page, there is a phone, and you have to call.
Okay.
or write an email. Very simple, but I think there is a place for
Fully
improvement,
booked,
definitely.
You don't have booking presence, so yeah, we were already thinking about it. Like it's
Yeah.
Lot of campers are traditional ones, right? The returning customers, I understand currently.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but the companies then and it comes the companies which have already made the events there, and also from the event organizers. There is some who have worked there already, and then they propose to the their clients. But the individual, if you want to come yourself, then it's a web page, call or email. Yeah.
But then if I would show up, I'd just speak, I'd just go to reception, I'd be able to find a camp, right? Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, it's just trying to understand the customer journey and who are the. So it sounds like it's more about events, about your returning customers. It's about the kind of, so it's more locals, you would say. I mean, is it lots of foreigners, or is it more
locals, Lithuanians, and before COVID, it was also from Germany, quite many.
So it's like
mostly locals and Lithuanians, because it's quite close to the border, so they come to the sea. But it's all the seaside situation for us. So.
Okay, so they basically just pull up with the car and then try and find a cabin. Okay, so foreigners, and then in terms of, so for us, obviously the kind of the key question is what kind of outdoor equipment sort of rentals are you already like offering? Like, are there any bikes, pedal boats, oar boats, whatever?
I think this is the pedal boats, if you call them catamaran. These kinds of, and some for the kids, the smaller cars also, and so, but it's not very wild range. So I would say there you can.
But no bicycles, like for example, bicycles.
No, I think bicycles is not for the rental here. Yeah, okay. I think it's soups or how it's called in English, I don't know, but that kind of things. Yeah, but more connected to the sea, not to the.
Yes, that's also one of my key questions. Is so how the visitors that or your customers, the way, I mean, the main reason is obviously the sea, right? They would come to the coast. But is there a strong connection to the lake? I mean, do people know that there's this amazing lake just next door, and do they actually go there and they walk through the forest, or is I mean, for you as well as sort of owners of the place, do you see that as a big asset, the lake, or is it more, let's say, this is just about beach, the sea, and
I don't think that we promote it specifically, and so, but of course there is an information and brochures and so about the possibilities for cycling and lake and near cities and so on. Of course, it is available in the place, but if we don't tell a story about what else you can see there, so I think this is one thing which also is more about the information and so, but we don't develop it at the moment. So
because I think, obviously lying on the beach, I mean, we get like, I don't know, 5 days in Latvia, when
I just wanted to say that it's quite limited as well, so you have to be very lucky.
But then doing things on a lake is a completely different thing. Even if it's pissing down, I think it's fine. I mean, you put a jacket on and you go, and then actually.
But I think people are walking and traveling around, so it's more like a place where they stay and then they travel around. I think mostly by car they are coming. So and
okay,
so
I think that's it from my side for now.
Okay.
I think the good thing for you is that like currently they don't have really capabilities of increasing the number of houses a lot, but this is kind of like a house on wheels. So given that they are already fully booked, some options appear.
Well, that would be my suggestion. I mean, actually, by the way, my background is in 15 years of landscape architecture, so that's I could also join that team. But But the stuff that you said about the extending with tents, this is exactly what we could offer, extending with a little camper, because it sleeps 2 people. I mean, even, or you could basically the parents could sleep inside the cabin and just put the kids in beach rides and
Hope they don't float away to the Germany.
There's a parking brake. You maybe that needs to have a security code, but other than that, it should be
Okay.
fine. Until we start making it fly, obviously, yeah. But then otherwise, it should be.
Next event, yes. Good one.
Great.
But yeah, for temporary shelter, that is something to think. We approached Stora, so we will see if they will be able to send their marketing or product development team representative. But the idea was to look at the option of giving this medium quality stay shelter. It's something better than a tent, but not really a house. And I think that is an interesting kind of sector to explore. And for landscaping people is where they are located, how they look, hopefully good, and how we kind of sort this arrangement, because building tents near the houses probably start to be a little bit tricky. But yeah, thank you for the questions, and we have time for the next one. Yes, you have a question again.
Just one more thing to finish. I mean, what we are pitching is that you don't even need the space at the campsite. So for our stuff is for 2 days rent. So you would only have to have the place to start the journey. Then the people go away and they put the anchor in the lake and they sleep overnight on the lake. So it's actually kind of saving the space anyways. But anyways, we can talk about that.
This doesn't help for Abragciems to be profitable place,
Oh, you sell them. It's they rent them there. Service, but we will do the offer there.
Okay, just kidding.
But yeah, very good for Igers, how Abragciems can profit from that. Yes.
It's all about making a profit. We're not doing anything for free, and you are not doing anything for free. So it's definitely a component of financial reward in all of this. But yeah.
Igers saw that you already have a room full of tools for maintaining equipment there, so there is some collaboration. I think that could work out quite well. Do we have questions from others? Raise your hand or send a question in the chat, and we will give you an opportunity now to ask, because during the event it will be a bit more chaotic. It's harder to find people now in Zoom. It's very orderly and easy to access. If not, it's also fine. It means you understood everything perfectly, and we will have a very productive production workshop. Vladimir has a question, yes.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, very well.
Hello, thank you. I have a question about the costs of the project. I understand that we have to put in 20,000 euros the costs of the building, of the transportation and other stuff. But about question about agreeing with the building managing institutions, do we have to include this cost?
The existing foundations, I think if you're only swapping the houses, but that's something we can ask Latvia's Finnish architect too. I don't think you will need to do a full project. But overall, the short answer from my side is that you are all competing. Of course, you know who has a better offer, and there you can compete on price, you can compete on quality, you can compete on. But Gunit already give a quick input how they are evaluating, so that's something to keep in mind. But maybe Gunit has also an answer there.
I think you shouldn't include this one, because anyway it will be on our side. It's there's all the official part of the changing the houses and doing other things. So I don't think that you really need to think about it at the moment. So
for you it's more giving the product.
This question was made because if we think about to make not one floor building, but for example 2-floor buildings, but very tiny or something else, then I understand that is different agreeing with the building managing institution. So there is other costs because it is the other group of the building types. So that's why I think about it. But okay, if we have not to think about it,
I don't think that you have to think about it, because then we do it really for one building and build then in place, because then we have to agree on and do this job for whole territory. So it's not only about one building. So I think don't take this in account. So
yeah.
Okay,
One very
thank you.
important point is that when we saw that there are these 6 important challenge groups like landscaping and modular housing, the idea, of course, is to collaborate. And if you also have suggestion for that part, you can. The important part is that during the pitches, we will, for example, start with the landscaping, then we will go with solutions, etc. So you need to understand in which part your pitch goes, or do you want to pitch 2 ideas, one for landscaping and one for product, but remember that the time is quite limited. So from that sense, just also to structure the offer a brochure for Latvia's Finieris, it will be easier to understand who of you plan to bid or offer a full landscaping project like a service, and who wants to offer a house to buy or activity or a product. That's why we are structuring them like that, but it is an option. For example, for the modular house group, it would be very important to consult with landscaping and see what is their view on things, etc. So for that networking day is probably a good idea, or just rotate during the Monday time. But it's understandable that these offers, there will be more of them, and we will see how they go together. And on the Monday, you will also be able to apply on a flip chart who will be pitching on which sessions, and that is something to keep in mind. The pitches will be quite short, but you can pitch 2 times. For example, for 2 ideas, the pitch time is 5 minutes. So if there will be a lot of you, I might even cut them to 3 minutes and 2 additional minutes. So definitely use the time with consulting individually with Latvia's Finieris, which you will have on Monday, because you can get a lot of feedback already there. So the pitch is more like just showing others and getting some more feedback. And also the information that you want to have in the brochure, you will send us. And that, of course, is not really limited. We can give several pages, of course, probably not, don't send a full book as they will just flip through it. But in the brochure, we can add some more information if there is something that needs to be added. Okay, do we have some more questions? Looks like no. Then thank you all for joining, or if someone suddenly remembers something, send us an email or a WhatsApp message. And we were super happy, excited to see you there in person. Let's all hold our hands together and hope for good weather and favorable winds, so we can also enjoy the outdoor activities. And otherwise, if you have any questions, definitely ask us and we will be happy to help. See you all soon, and thank you, Gunita, for joining.
yeah, see you.